If you softer than tissue, act up, you get issues. Hop out the Lambo with youngster, take out the trash, you know that he dumping. I'm sipping promethazine, I put the egg in the slushes from Sunny. My little niggas on go like a green light, you play with me, they gon' crack like a dummy. Hey!
They ain't talking money, hang up on them. Gang, yeah, my bitch got my name on them. Name, let my nuts hang on them. Hang.
Period.
All right, so what's up, y'all?
Are you
back
ready?
to-
Ooh, I know you see him be standing here.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am Mahliyah K. If you already subscribed, what's up, family? Thank you for coming back and rocking with me, period. So, once again, another podcast. This episode 3, but I'm going to upload this before episode 2 because this needs to be talked about today, right now. Because, sorry. This is Destiny.
Hey!
And what's your social media, sis?
I just went.
Yo!
My Snapchat and my Instagram, don't add me on Facebook. My Snapchat and my Instagram is GONNIGA. She add the face later. Gone again with 2 N's at the end. Bam.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's just gone.
This is my last name, yeah.
It's gone again. So therefore, so this is what we're talking about today because it's a video that went viral the other day. Last night, this morning, whatever.
sometime.
The video went viral and the mom went up to the school basically and she whooped her child. I'm gonna put a little clip in it. A little clip. Let's roll to the clip. Slide to the left. Whew.
I feel like so backstage right now. I love that. It'd be so great, and then you put that fake sand and it really look like you slid the stage.
So,
Like, hold on, I'm gonna grab it.
First of all, I apologize for the way he acted, but I'm about to beat his ass. I'm gonna let you know that right now, cause this not going on. He in that lunchroom. You stay right here. You stay right here. I need you to stay right here. I'm gonna smack his ass. She's not his damn mind, and I see why she called scared. Look at that fucking motherfucker. Motherfucking mind in here, brother. You have. So, you be disrespectful to this motherfucking teacher? Oh, you know you finna go ask me, right? Wait, how the fuck you think I'm not paying? So what you tell her? What you tell? Get your ass. Get up. Don't play with me. Let's talk to her. Now what you tell her?
I'm sorry, Mom.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Mom.
Huh? You not talk. Get your motherfucking ass back here now, nigga. What happened?
I apologize for being disrespectful.
Oh, we gonna have this problem anymore? No. Cause if I gotta come back up here, it's me and you, nigga. It's me and you. Everything gone, nigga. No outside, no nothing. If this fucking woman call me again, I'm gonna break your fucking face. Do you hear me? Have a nice day. Every piece of work he ain't got, every work homework he ain't do, please send it home. I'm sorry. Please send it home today. You in that room until you die, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? This woman ain't gotta come here to teach none of you badass kids, but she do. But don't play with me, nigga. Make me get that call again. You ain't think I was coming up here on your ass. You lucky I was trying to find you in that classroom. I'ma whoop you where you act up at. Now play in the classroom now. Everybody gonna talk about you now. Bye.
Okay, so basically in that video it's shown the mom whooping her child, and basically the teacher had to call the mama or something. The teacher called the mama some way, shape, or form, and the mama had to come up to the school.
I don't think she had to come up to the school. I think she wanted to.
But they called her.
Yeah, they called her to let her know that
He's acting out. Now what we don't know in that video is how many times she been called, how many times he's got in trouble for acting out. I think it do. Because you know what?
She could have whooped his ass.
We got two different point of views on it, which is so good that we able to sit and talk about this. Because my point of view on this video is discipline. A lot of people are saying it's abuse, and I don't think it's abuse. I think it's discipline.
I think the way that she hit him was abuse.
I think
Because
I think this is my thing. Kids these days need whoopings. Okay, they need whoopings.
That wasn't a whooping.
They need
She
to,
grabbed him by his shirt. And
every kid that got snatched up.
Okay, yeah, snatched up by the arm. She grabbed him by the back of his shirt, pulled his ass
I
out
mean,
of
she could have snatched him up by his arm and then
But she
dislocated it. You know, could have dislocated his arm.
But she didn't.
Right, that's why I say
think
every kid
parents-
that got snatched up. I know some parents that
I
snatch
feel
their
like
kids
if
up
you're
out of
gonna
hell.
whoop your kid, or if you're gonna discipline your kid, you should never do that while you're angry. Because at that point, you just taking out your anger on them, and you're not telling them why you beating on them. You just beating them, and then you come back later after you done already beat them and they mad and be like, "That's why I did it," but you should have said it beforehand.
But
and now they're
we
mad
don't
at
know
you
how
now.
many times she sat down with him
The
to
seeing that
tell
video,
him.
she probably haven't. Like, let's be real. Black
I
parents
think
don't
she
do
had
that.
it goes to a certain extent because you know what? She said that he been acting up in class.
Let me look.
But yeah, we don't like true enough, we don't know how many times that she's got calls that he's been acting up.
Yeah.
We don't know how many times that he been acting up without the teacher even been calling. So the simple fact that he's been acting up enough for the teacher to call him, I mean, for the teacher to call the mom is a problem. That's number one. That's a problem. Then number two, a lot of people failing to realize we don't know if she had came from work. What if she got the call and she had to come from work?
She didn't have to come.
She had to come.
Why?
Because if a parent, like my mom used to do that. Like if I got in trouble at school, which I got in trouble at school a lot. I used to think I was a class clown. Like I used to be just like that kid. Or whatever he was doing. So when a parent when a teacher call a parent, they basically want to have like a parent teacher conference with you.
At that minute?
So, I mean, probably not at that minute, but we don't know what
That
was
could've set
going on
something up.
at the school. Most parents look at it like wherever you act up at is where you're gonna get whooped at. So if you acting up in class, I used to get in trouble if I did something at class. If I did something in class, my mom would come up there and embarrass me in class. It would be like, if you got in trouble at school in class, you're going to get embarrassed at school in class. It would be like, if I got to come sit with you in this classroom to make sure you ain't doing what you got to do, like that. Where you act up at is where you get whooped at.
I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. Just me personally, because from my point of view,
And I'm not really big. Like, she just saying back and I'm saying forward.
Nobody
I just want
said
y'all to know that I'm not
anything.
that big. Because, like, I look like a big...
nobody said
Hey,
anything. And I
anyway.
look bald headed, but I got a puff on top of my head.
Oh, yeah, she got a little bun.
So it's okay. But I'm gonna open his goddamn eyes because I whispered.
Stop. Don't play with my face.
But just me personally, I feel different about it because okay, I never got whooped by my mom. Usually not by my mom. Like, I got whooped by my mom, but usually not by her because she worked all the time. So my sisters would be the one to hand out the whoopings. I didn't like that, but when my mom got to me one time, me and my mom got into it and I ran away. And I didn't go far. I went like down the street to my friend's house and I spent the night over there. And when the reason I left was because me and her got into it. I called my grandma and I was like, "Grandma, why don't my mama love me?" And then my mama got mad at me and yelled at me for asking my grandma that. But she never asked me why. Listen, she never asked me why, right? She never asked me why I called my grandma, why I felt like she didn't love me. She just said, "Why would you tell my mama that? Now get the fuck out my face." And I was like, damn, we can't talk about it. And then after that, I got in trouble for some other shit. Like, I don't even remember what. And then I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm not gonna stay here. So I went down the street. And then I called her.
What's the street?
Down the street. Like two blocks over. Street. And, oh, 4. Anyways, and then I came back home. And I called her first. I was like, I'm finna come back. And then I got back home and she like beat the dog shit out of me. She didn't say no words to me. She didn't even just use a belt. Like, and then when she did use a belt, she didn't hit my behind. She hit my leg, she hit my face, she punched me, she kicked me.
Okay, now that's
All of
abuse
that
though.
shit.
But that's abuse. But this mama only whooped the child.
But she didn't just whoop his butt.
You don't
like-
just get whoopings on your butt.
Yeah, you do. Like, if you're gonna punish a child, you don't just beat them everywhere.
I mean,
that don't make sense. To
I
me.
mean,
like,
we
if
really
she was
don't
gonna hit,
see.
She was gonna whip him. She should have whipped his butt. If you gonna smack their hand, smack their hand. But like, she everywhere with it.
But we
like,
don't
if you was gonna whip
see
him, take
that-
him home and whip him, so you can have him.
I mean,
in that area.
I do agree that she shouldn't have recorded herself whooping him.
She
Or whoever
recorded her
recorded,
friend
because she
would.
didn't
She thought it
record
was
herself.
funny.
But whoever recorded shouldn't have recorded it. Because these days and age, when you whoop your child in public, people tend to want to call the authorities on you. But I agree with that.
I don't think you should whip your
I
kids in
agree.
public.
I agree that she shouldn't have done it in public at school. I agree that, well, I kind of don't agree that she shouldn't have did it at school. It's like a 50-50. Like, maybe you shouldn't have did it in this day and age.
I mean,
she
like,
shouldn't have
if
whooped
you
them.
go up there and like going up there and embarrassing your child is different from going up there and beating the dog shit out of them in front of everybody. Like, if you,
But
go
she
up
didn't
there
do it in front of
and
everybody. She
just
took
yell
him
at
out of the class. She
But
took him
everybody
out
gonna see it though
of
now,
the
since her
lunchroom.
friend,
Right,
recorded
but besides that,
But
she
yeah,
didn't
she
do
did
it
take him out of
because
the
she
lunchroom.
could have did it in the
the
lunchroom
lunchroom, yeah.
and embarrassed him. And what she said is she wanted to catch him in the classroom where he was acting up at. That's why I said when I used to get in trouble, where you act up at is where you get in trouble at. If you want to act up in front of your friends is gonna see you get embarrassed because that's how the moms look at it as saying, I care about you. Or I care about you if I care about you going to school to learn. So they parents don't care. Because if they acting up and the teacher tell their parents and their parents don't care enough to come up here and show them this is not what you do, then that's them. But you my child. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to let you know. And if your friends, because you know how parents think like, oh, friends, they come and go, da-da-da-da. But when you go to school, you're going to school to learn. You're not going to school to make friends. So while you're trying to act up in front of these friends, he could be failing. Them friends could be passing. They could be on a whole nother level than he on, but he acting up.
Right.
They could finish their work and have their homework done, but he's not because he's acting up. So it's
Right.
kind of different. So I don't agree with her recording it. I don't agree with her calling him a nigga because it's a big problem when we have an issue with people calling
at
us
that
niggas,
point-
but you call him a nigga in front of
And not
everybody
only
else.
that, like you talking to your child
Like he
they
outside.
somebody off the street,
Like he off the street.
That's something totally different. That's not like if you do this again, this is what's gonna happen and it's gonna be worse.
But she did say that though. She did say that.
She did
She
say that, but
said
then the way
it's
that
gonna be
she
me
said
and
it.
you. It's gonna be me and you. Everything gonna get taken away. No toys, no outside. So she did let him know if this happens again, this is what's gonna happen. She just had to whoop him first.
Yeah.
Because I had to come up here because you acting up. So since I had to come up here because you acting up, I'm not gonna come up here to talk to you. I'm gonna come up here to show you this is not okay. And we don't know how, like I said, we don't know how many times he got called. We don't know how much the teacher dealt with enough to not call the mama before she called the mama. And if that's even the first time, it could have been the second time, the third time, and she just kept brushing it off. When he get home, I talk to him. When he get home, I talk to him. When he get home, and she
But
not
we don't
whooping
know
him,
if she talks to
right?
him now.
And we don't know that. And she could have not been whooping him at home. But now I done finally came up to the school because I done got this. I done got another call that you acting up. So I got another call. So now I'm gonna come up here. And I'm not coming up here to be nice to you and tell you, hey, little Timmy, you're getting your toys taken away when you get home. And I'm gonna sit and talk with the teacher. What she did tell the teacher, she made him apologize. She told the teacher, if anything he have not done, send it home because he gonna do it tonight. Which means maybe the teacher said he got work that he not even
feel
doing.
like that. Okay, I see where you're coming from. I see exactly where you're coming from, and all of that is true. But I feel like personally, she could have yelled at him at home because now, through the teacher's eyes, first of all, the teacher was sitting there scared. She didn't know what the hell because she probably.
I feel
don't
like
know.
she was scared in the midst of the moment. But in reality, I bet you when he went back to class, whatever he was doing in class, he didn't do it no more.
Yeah.
So in her eyes, she like, what? I bet you ain't gonna do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what did you just say? You said she could have talked to him at home.
She could have yelled at him at home.
Yeah, but we don't know if she have not been
Done
yelling
that.
at him at home. That's why I say it had to trigger something that, okay, I done came to this, because she had the bet on her neck, so she knew what she was going to do. I got to come to this school, I got to come to the school because you steady acting up. So now I'm going to show you what I mean, because she could have talked to him at home. She could have yelled at him at home. She could have taken stuff from him and gave it back because she felt like, oh, maybe you're doing good at school.
Right.
Because she don't know what's going on at school. Because the teacher's not calling her because the teacher just taking it. And then when the teacher finally called,
is that the reason that people like have divided on it, I feel like, is because like the way that people grow up, you know how people be like, okay, they grow up a certain way and they're like, I'm never gonna do that to my kids. Right. That's not how I'm gonna raise my kids. I think that's where the problem is, because a lot of people don't want to whip their kids going forward. They don't think that that's the best way to handle them. So that's why people are saying, oh, it's abuse. Now, it might not be abuse. He did just get a whip. I don't think it's abuse, but I think she could have did that at home. But
I think she could have did it at school without the cameras. Yeah. I don't think she.
I
think she went about it
outside.
I think she did it good and bad, but she didn't really record it. She could have said recorded. That's another thing we don't know.
Yeah,
like
we
record
don't know
this,
because
but we don't
the
know.
girl was following her.
Right,
yeah.
We don't know. So I like that she didn't do it in front of everybody in the cafeteria, because that wasn't just his classroom.
No,
that was like the whole. That was
right.
everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay, now just because everybody seen you get snatched up, that don't mean I know what happened that got outside.
Right, because you could have just got snatched up. Right.
You could have just, oh, what happened? I don't know that. He could have.
Right. She was just mad.
She was just mad. Oh, the teacher lied on me. Mm-hmm. Or whatever. So, I mean, I like that she didn't do it in there, but I don't like how it got recorded. Mm-hmm. And what you say, what people say these days of, I would never whip my kid and I would just sit my child down. But see, this is the thing.
Some kids don't learn like that.
Some kids don't learn like that. And then at the same time, it's so many people these days that when a kid get in trouble, if we would have seen, if the teacher would have recorded this little boy doing something in class, knocking over the stuff, like, everybody would be like, it's the parent's fault. I would have whooped him. Mm-hmm. That parent needs to know. That couldn't be my child. That couldn't be my child. But then the mama go up there, and you're not gonna embarrass me. That's how she feels. You're not gonna embarrass me while you're at school. You're not gonna make it look like I don't take care of you and I don't teach you right, and I'm not teaching you nothing at home. And when she go and make it known, I'm your mama. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna embarrass me. Not everybody like, oh my God, she abused him. This isn't discipline. It's abuse.
I don't think that it was abuse. I just feel like she went about it the wrong way. Cause me personally, I am going to whip my kids, but I'm not gonna do it in public. Like I don't like that in public type shit.
And used to back in the day, you could whoop your kids in public.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Where you act up at is where you used to get whooped at.
But I think at the same time, like nobody used to hit their kids like that in public. Like they are in public, but they wouldn't do all that. Mm-hmm. Like I've never seen it. Mm-hmm. Why are you looking like that?
Because I got whooped in public.
Really?
Like what? Like that? That's what I mean. Not like beat like that. But if you, I mean, I didn't get whooped that extreme in public. Mm-hmm. But if I'm somewhere and I choose to fall out or act up, but usually it will start at home to where. But we really don't know. But you know, it would usually start at home that if you act up and your mama give you this look, you know to stop. Mm-hmm. You know to stop. And it's sometimes when I take Lee and Lonnie in public and they choose to fall out or they choose to have temper tantrums, and I'm like, okay, well wait till we get to the car. That's why I say it's you can't really whoop your kids in public because people be so on, oh my gosh, she's beating her kid. But then in their head, if that was my kid, I'll tear them up.
Right.
But then when it's going around, oh, couldn't be my kid. But then you whip your kid, oh, it's abuse. So it's kind of
like a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose situation. But that's why they say everything happened behind closed doors. But then at the same time, you don't want your child to go out there in public and embarrass you, because she could be a hard-working mama. She could have just came from work, which we don't know. She could have just came from work. She could have been making money. Anything could have been happening. It could have been her only day off. And my only day off of work, I gotta come up here because you're embarrassing me. Now I seen somebody talking about how he was dressed at school, and he dressed at school like that.
No problem, but he has on.
But you don't know their situation. You don't know why the kid dressed like that. Like he had on floods or whatever, but like you don't know what their situation was.
He could have just been fresh off gym. Like you don't know. Like. It has nothing to do with what he has on. Like, absolutely not. That has nothing to do with the video at all.
No.
Like, that's just some personal shit that they got going on.
But it's like, it's really, really a lose-lose situation. That's why I feel like it wasn't abuse. Because I see a lot of people. I'm going to put a clip. of like what everybody's saying of has abuse and you know all of this crap right here. Everybody's saying it's abuse.
People actually abusing their kids right now, like that's not abuse. Like people know what abuse is and what abuse is not.
Right.
Like because anybody can get abused. So like the kid, like I don't know if you say this or not. It was like an article on Facebook, and it was like this woman's boyfriend was beating on the baby, or like the babies go to preschool and they get beat on. That's abuse. Like getting a whooping is not abuse.
Right. I think you could teach your kids by multiple ways. You can teach your kids by spankings or whoopings, however somebody want to say it. Because people think spankings and whoopings are so different. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. Spankings and whoopings is the same thing. You just want to use a different word for it, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah, but it also depends on how the child responds to it, because every child responds to it different. Like say with Leah and Lonnie, like you could tell Leah to get in the corner and she'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna do it again because I want to get in the corner. But you would tell Lonnie to do that and Lonnie would be like, fuck this corner. But you would have to whoop up for her to understand that she ain't gotta do that no more.
Right. Because they got timeouts. You got go in your rooms. You got go sit down. You got go lay down. You got go get in the corner.
All that stuff before
you got everything. And when it comes down to me being a parent, I talk to my kids first and I'm like, don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. But as kids, being kids, they tend to do it again. They want to do it again. They just want to see how far you go. Like I said, I've been in public before where Leah and Lonnie has fell out, and it's embarrassing because it's like you know you wouldn't do this at home. You know you don't fall out, kick and scream at home, but you're gonna try me in public. So that's looking like what type of parent am I at home? So that's how she probably responded to it. Like, you out here embarrassing me because I'm a mom, and you know it's some moms out here that really don't care. Yeah, and they see a video of that kid going viral on Facebook. Just like I said, if that teacher would have recorded that kid acting up at class, everybody would have been like, "Oh, who is that mama? Oh, come be my child. Oh, she must not take care of that child. Oh, she must not. She not no good parent because look how her kid acting." But when she go and she's addressing it, she made him say sorry. You see what I'm saying? She could just have a nice day. She even said have a nice day. So she got some type of manners. But she could have just and I'm gone. She didn't. She kind of whooped him first, but she said, "What did you say to this teacher?" Which means you've been doing something to her. What was you saying to her? And then now go say sorry to her. Apologize. Then you know I'm gonna say sorry, and then because you know even though you saying sorry, I still have to come up here. And then bring yours here now, nigga. Like that. She don't gotta talk to him like a dude off the street because he's just a kid. But she needs to talk to him in a way of, you need to know not to do this.
It's the difference between a stern parent voice and a I don't know who you are voice.
Right.
Like a protecting myself from you because I ain't never seen you before type of voice.
Because you ain't got to be like, nigga.
She should,
because
like,
if another race child
to your kid,
you would be upset. So if another race child called joke nigga, you would have been like, oh.
So now y'all racist.
Y'all call my baby nigga. But you did that in public. You chose in public in front of another race teacher to be like, nigga. So
like if anything, like you know, like back in the day, when you got called by your middle name, you knew you was in trouble. I know. Like, really? You never got called by your middle name? Mama would be like, Nikita, and
my mom would be like, nigga.
Keela, what? I was DG, Keela was AG. We all, if she didn't call us Destiny, Akila, Quinell, Trishana, whoever we were,
y'all got some ghetto names.
We was in trouble. What?
But like my nickname, so it was like Nene. Like Nene. And when growing up, I got whoopings. Okay, like I used to get whoopings by my mama. Sometimes I used to get whoopings by my granny, and those whoopings used to be hurtful. Like I will never forget, I got whooped for erasing my paper with my granny. Like she was helping me do my homework, and I was erasing too much, and she would whoop me.
Why?
Because I was erasing my paper too much.
But okay,
this is what I'm saying. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes I would get two whoopings. My granny would whoop me. And then, you know, granny's whoopings, well, she would, you know, put you in between the legs and whoop you like that. Well, your body in between the legs. Then I get whooped where I'm on the bed and you just on the bed crying. And you got your hands right there. And if you put your hands in the midst of where I'm whooping, then your hands is going to get whooped. I've seen other family members with kids and They got the kids holding buckets. They got kids holding buckets. My auntie, I remember one time I went to Atlanta with a family member, and she whooped us in our hands. Now that I don't think it's okay. I mean,
that shit hurts.
It's in my hand, and she would whoop us in our hands.
On the palm?
But yeah, in our hands.
Usually you smack the back of the hand.
She would hit us with the belt, with a ruler, whatever she wanted in our hands. And my mom had came down there to get us because in reality, I don't feel like everybody should whoop your kids, okay?
Absolutely.
Not everybody, not a sister, not a brother, not a cousin, not an auntie, not an uncle. If you the parent, you come and tell me that my child, don't put your hands on my child.
I hate that.
Don't touch my child. Because then I'm gonna have to touch you. And now I'm forgetting that my child didn't even did something wrong. But nothing is that wrong unless my kid went around and bit you, cut you, stabbed you, something, did something extreme. But regardless, you tell me because that's my child. Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with that. But that's like
outside of like the mom, the grandma, and the godparent, if there is one, nobody should be whooping your child.
I don't think nobody but the parents should whoop them. That's my own opinion because you don't know how hard somebody is whooping your child when you're not around.
You don't like, and everybody parents their kids different. Right.
So that's why I say that. Because my granny used to whoop. She not finna whoop. She gonna whoop. So when everybody thinking that's abuse, okay. Like I used to get
like kids used to have to go outside. Kids used to get beat with
extension cords.
I was just gonna say that extension cords.
Switches. You gotta go outside and get your own
stick. Yeah.
So it's like, back in the day you used to get whooped and it was okay. It wasn't okay. But nowadays people, as soon as you whoop your kid, they first think is you finna go to jail. Cause she in jail. She went to jail or whatever. She's still in jail. She went to jail. Whatever happened. Yeah.
Why?
She went to jail. And
see, that's why I say just do it at home.
She went to jail
because when you start doing that stuff outside and then other people get involved, even though it's not their business, when other people get involved, they will be like, "Oh shit, that's not what I would do." So now I'm gonna call
right. And
but it's not about you.
You getting chapter services in your business. You getting all this stuff in your business
because you whooped your child.
Because you disciplined your child. But if your child grow up and be a dude who going around and he just a nasty human being. Some of these men nowadays, they nasty. They talk nasty. They attitudes is nasty.
They talk to anybody, anyway. No respect.
And those I don't want to say, I hate to say it, but it's probably, and I don't mean just black. Mm-hmm. I mean any race. In general. Any race. Okay, and this go for females too.
Oh,
this is everybody. And they could go for the parents that don't discipline a kid. Because you can't just talk to every kid. You can't tell every kid, hey,
and then some people
don't
just
ignore
their kids altogether.
And that goes back to when a parent cares to do something about it. Now, you beating your kid, we got to call child services. Now we're going to get almost your kid taken care of.
It beating though, like it's not you beating your kid, it's you whooping your kid, and then it's not even just you whooping your kid. It's all in the realm of how you discipline them, how you show them how they're supposed to act. These kids are young; they don't know. I mean, they have some kind of idea, but they're like, whatever. I'm not grown. I don't got to do what you telling me right now. You got to let them know.
Right. Let me tell you something. Me and Eric went to the park when I was still pregnant. We seen 4 kids. 4 kids came up there. All 4 of them, it was a little girl. It might have been 5, because it was a little girl. So out of the 5 or the 4, the little girl was crying. Mm-hmm. The 4 kids was cussing. They was no more than 10. So it's 10 and down. One might have been 11. But these are all little kids. Mm-hmm. Walking up the street by themselves, cussing. They told the girl to shut the hell up. Stop effing crying. You see what I'm saying? So that goes back to, in my head is, what ain't mama at? We don't know what ain't mama at. But that's my first thought is, what ain't mama at? Mm-hmm. First of all, why they walking up the street by themselves? Because these days and age, it's easy to snatch your kid. Okay, so my whole thought is, what ain't mama at? No, we don't know. Somebody else could have been watching them, and their mama could have been at work. But that goes back to, you can't just tell your kid, hey, don't do that. Sometimes you have to teach your kid certain stuff is not okay. Definitely. And I bet you that kid did not go back in class and act up.
About that little, I don't know if you saw it or not. It was a video of a little girl, and it was like a big old play thing. and it was all of the parents around, and it was a baby, like she still had a pacifier.
And she kicked the kid.
And the other girl kicked her.
That's another thing where you gotta.
And it was somebody like the woman who's recording it is on the outside. It was a woman on the inside, not doing shit.
And that's where it comes from. You gotta tell your kid. You gotta teach your kid what is not okay. Because that parent could have been like, you could have walked up to that kid and be like, don't put your hand on my kid. And then she was like, oh my God, don't touch my kid like that.
Okay, well, don't have your kid kick my kid. How about that?
So it's like, you know, some things are just such a lose-lose situation. I think everything do start at home. I think where it happens at, because if I see Mahlani doing that to a kid, guess what? You finna get hit on sight. Because you know better. It's some things that you should be like, you know better.
And
that kid was
like,
old enough to know when you at school, you don't do that. Cause he's not like
reminder that I'm not buying it.
Cause he's not like, you know, 3, 4. He not like, you know, a child like this ain't daycare. This is school. So it's like other kids. I mean, even in the video you could see in the lunchroom it was littler kids than him. So it's not. I mean, I think the real problem is when going to school, a lot of parents. That's why so many fights. That's why so many kids trying to hit teachers. But we're not even gonna speak on the teachers hitting kids because it's a whole different video. You feel me? That's a whole different topic. But yeah, I've seen videos of teachers hitting kids, teachers fighting kids, teachers getting in kids' face like yeah. I've seen videos.
I go to jail behind mine. That's just big facts.
Period. but that's why a lot of kids go to school and disrespect the kids because the parents don't let them know at home. You should be able to let your kid know and not have to yell first. But then once you get to that level of that she went, I feel like maybe she told him so many times. I don't feel like that was just a one call. I'm not going to go up there.
Some people are reactive like that though.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very
true. And then
true.
a lot of these kids right now that's in school, like their parents young. Like in the past couple of years, like these 16-year-olds was getting pregnant. And they don't know how to be parents. They wasn't prepared for that shit. I mean, I keep cussing. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You grown. Me too. I'm gonna edit that out. No, but like, I get what you're saying. But even being a young parent, you still should be able to teach your kid. And I hear what you're saying. Some can't. Some can't. But I feel like I don't think that lady was 16.
She looked young though. But we always look young. Sorry.
Not some of us. But like, you know, like I think she was we're gonna be on this. But I just think that's my thought of maybe it wasn't a one-time phone call. Because you know how little, like, I don't like little kids if they're not my kids. I don't like little kids because some little kids do things and they know they're not supposed to do it. Some little kids just come around you and you just be like, like I used to love kids because back in the day, people would discipline their kids. Their kids know when you say stop. You would go to the park and all the kids play and all the kids are good and you just everything is lovely. Nowadays you go to the park, you got kids fighting, you got kids cussing, you got kids torturing other kids that they don't know. And it goes back to when I take Leonardo to the park, I hate going to parks where there's so many kids because you can't really watch your kid because a kid will bump your kid over and don't care. They keep going. Back in the day, you knock a kid over, they say sorry. That goes back to the video that you was talking about when the little girl knocked the little girl over. You should know not to do that. You know, you should know not to do that.
She was older.
And it's like, I don't like kids because they parents, or to my thoughts, they parents not doing that. And that's why I say that mama whooped her kid like that because she don't want people to think.
But then also
her kid act like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't want your kids you don't want people to think that you're not a good parent and your kids don't act like that. And since I am a parent, I know how that could be of if your kid go in public, you don't want people to think that you're not a good parent and you're not doing your job. And at home, your kid don't do that because your kid know if I'm at home, I can't get away with this. Right. So it's like, I kind of feel her frustration on just being a parent. And there's some people that's parents that be like, oh my God, that's just such abuse. Like, oh my God, like I would never do this. Okay, your kid gonna be the kid that's your kid probably the kid that's at school acting out because you won't discipline your kid. You won't tell your kid Timmy, I'm gonna take your toys from you.
Okay, so when you was talking about the kids that was cussing and stuff, I think that is because, you know, like the videos that be going around.
Like your socks.
Huh?
Like your socks.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But the videos that are going around about the kids, they'll say something, right? And because they heard somebody say it, so they'll repeat a cuss word or something like that, and then they'll record it. And they be like, say it again, say it again, say it again. And then when they start saying it, they'll whoop them. But then you like, you just told me to say it, so now I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I can't say it in here, but I can say it, so I'm going to say it out there.
Right.
So I feel like that's where that comes from. Because like a lot of times people be confusing their kids. They don't be like on one thing. And that's back to like the young parents. They think that shit funny. They think it's funny to be like, oh my God, did you say fuck? Ha ha ha, let me record it. But you don't be like, don't say that. That's a bad word. That's a grown-up word.
Right.
Yeah, but I just don't like big men. I feel like I'm fat enough for the both of us.
I ain't never been with a big dude.
I
Not for me.
I just feel like I'm so fat that I need a skinny nigga so we can balance out. Like, I feel like me plus my nigga should weigh like
305.
Right, something like that. 305, 350, 375 at the most, like nothing touching 400. Like, I'm big as fuck. That's why I like skinny niggas.
I only dated skinny dudes.
I love skinny dudes, but I think skinny dudes like big girls because they got big butts.
What you trying to say?
That you got a big butt.
So you calling me a big girl?
We both big girls.
Crazy.
What? But was it? And no skinny girl got no ass like that. You look like Kim Kardashian. Shut up.
Without the stomach and the arms and the thighs and the money. The money. Can't forget the money.
I like his thighs. I think they real nice.
Like big dudes. I mean, I guess that's where that's where the preferences come from, because like, you know, like it was this big controversy that like Chris Brown didn't like dark skinned girls, and everybody was like, oh my God, you don't like dark skinned girls, blah, 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 blah. But that's his preference, because like if a skinny girl see a fat dude, he'd be like, oh, can I get your number?
I mean,
she gonna be like, yeah, get away from me, grease pot.
I mean, but the thing is that people think that that's different because of the way that it's a whole societal thing. How people taught us to think that black is ugly. That's why people think that black people
that's
look
just
for
his
people
preference, though.
outside of their races.
Do you like light skinned dudes?
Yeah, I like everybody.
Would you choose a light skinned or a dark skinned first?
I like dark skinned men.
Okay, that's your preference.
That's just because I love me them straight from
Because when I was
Nigerian
growing up,
ass niggas.
I didn't want no dark skinned kids. I was like, if I have a dark skinned baby, I'm gonna leave her at the hospital.
That's so disrespectful.
And guess what? Okay, dark skinned baby. I'm bring her home. No, but seriously, growing up, I did not like dark skinned dudes at all. I used to think,
What is that? It smells good. I mean, I can't wait to go make this fucking meatloaf.
I used to think dark skinned dudes was like, bleh. I used to look
I used to
light skinned
hate
dudes.
light skinned dudes.
I
And
used
then
to
the love of my life was light skinned. I was like, damn, maybe I gotta rethink this.
And then I had a baby by a dark skinned dude.
You're not dark skinned. You need to come up with a name for him. Like a code name.
Dumbass.
Code name piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Code name Debbie.
No, that's too obvious.
Oh snap, it is. Still living in his mama's house.
That's too obvious.
Don't got a job. 2 pair of pants.
You gotta give him a name though. Like David or
Donkey.
Paul.
Either.
David or Paul.
Paul don't take care of his kids.
I like how you being quiet with this pacifier. Ooh, jinxed it.
You hear them horses upstairs?
They're having fun. I mean, this is my sister used to have people that move furniture over her head every day.
You like it?
They would move furniture and fuck and then argue and then move furniture and then fuck and then argue.
You like this?
Yeah, it's alright. I'm really too much prefer wine. I like hard liquor. Yeah, I'm not a wine type of gal.
Hey, you see mommy?
And another reason why I don't drink alcohol is because it go right through me. Like, I took 4 sips. I gotta piss real bad right now.
You see mommy?
No.
We had some. Oh, sorry. Where's mommy? You see mommy?
I'm gonna have some pretty ass kids.
Where's mommy?
He said right there.
He got something to talk about on this topic.
Okay, but like let's focus on me real quick. My kids are gonna be sexy. Listen, I might be a big bitch, but I'm a cute big bitch. And my kid, excuse me.
Look at that guy looking.
My kids are gonna be so cute. That's all. That concludes this little meeting. That concludes this little meeting.
All right, so we finished on this topic. We done gave our opinions. So y'all comment down below, or you know, whatever, and tell me y'all thoughts on the video. Tell me what y'all thought. Tell me how y'all felt.
What he said.
Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from me.
Period.
Follow me on all my social medias.
Period.
Mahliyah K. Follow her on all her social medias.
I just almost say what you said, but like my name.
Destiny K.
Right. It's gone again.
And
I'm pretty sure she'll put it in the description box below.
period. And you know, like this video and check me out. Check out all my other videos because I'll pop. Bye. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, we're gonna show your face, even though you're crying. We gotta get a thumbnail. Okay, so we kind of finished the video, and I kind of feel like I forgot to talk about a couple of things. Destiny's here, but I kind of feel like I forgot to mention a couple of things. One of the things I forgot to say was that she said that she would break his face.
Yeah.
In the video. That's not okay. Okay, that's not okay. That's not okay. Like, that goes into when she called him a nigga and she was kind of roughing him up. Like what Destiny said, talking to him like he was somebody off of the street. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing that I'm going to go back on saying I don't think it's okay is his clothes that he wears. Because I am seeing a photo of his clothes that he have on. And she is dressed nice. You know, she got little makeup on. She got eyelashes on. She got hair done. She got on J's. I mean, he got on Adidas. But his pants is flooded. And you know what I mean? I don't really agree with that. But that's a whole different situation than her whooping him. That's a whole nother topic. But I do think that's a problem. I do want to say I think she went a little bit too hard at school. Okay? So me rewatching the video, I do want to state that I think she went a little bit too hard in public at school to where now she has all of social media thinking that she beat the hell out of her kid and that she went really hard and that he's getting abused and that he's he's messed up. Okay, so me going through comments and me looking at it, okay, maybe she did go a little bit too hard on him in public. But like that also goes back to me saying, you know, back in the day you used to get whooped worse than what he got. Okay, so back in the day, I mean, you used to get whooped worse than what he got. That's true. That's facts. A lot of people did get whooped worse, and those are the people that's like, come on now, like that really wasn't nothing to what we got.
Yeah, but like that happened in their house.
Right.
Like,
it happened outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened in the privacy of their own home.
Right.
And that happened in public. That's why I want to rephrase that. I think she went too hard in public on camera to where now she has all social media feeling.
Did you see that video of that girl getting whooped by her daddy because she was having sex? I think she was 12.
That's a horrible. That she needed that.
Yeah.
That's something that needed to happen, because like you can get pregnant at the age of 12.
Yeah.
But
and she wouldn't even know what the hell was going on with her body.
You get STDs, you get
All types of
HIV and all that shit. So I do want to go back and say, after watching that and looking at the comments, it's a lot of comments of a lot of people talking about it, and they really feel bad
I was just gonna hold it for you. You wanna hold it? Yeah. Okay.
I'm put you in it. A lot of people feel bad. A lot of people feel like, you know, he's getting abused in his house and she's a horrible parent. And nobody is really seeing it from the point of view that I was saying. Like, maybe she did that because she don't want people to look at it like that. And people still looking at it like that.
Kind of makes it worse.
Yeah, people still looking at her like that. Even if it happened and it wasn't on social media, I don't think it would have been as bad as it was. It's a lot of opinionated people out here, and they also have messed up kids who are just as bad as the kid could have been acting in school, and they don't do anything about it. So them looking at her whoop her kid, they thinking she's such a bad parent, and your kid could be a kid who out here acting crazy. Why you not present? I don't know. I think I still stand on that. I really don't think it was abuse. I don't think she was right on whooping him everywhere. Okay, that goes back to what you're saying. Like, you know, he got whooped on his neck or his back or his face. That's extreme, especially at the hardness that she was going, and she could have been taking her frustration out on him because she had to come up there.
Like, I don't see a problem with parents whooping their kids, but I read something saying that you should calm down first, because you really do get mad
and you take,
at your kids.
So
and you
she
take
could have been
more of what you're feeling and put that onto them in you disciplining your child.
Right.
When it should just be like, okay, you did something wrong and now this is the consequence.
Right. So, I mean, she did take her frustration out on him. And that was probably the frustration of, I do got to come up here because you acted out. And we really don't know what he was doing in class. We don't know what he said to the teacher. So all of that do play a factor in it. I don't want to say I agree with somebody beating a child, because like you said, not every child needs a whooping, or not every child reacts to a whooping well. Not every child reacts to standing in the corner sitting down on timeouts either. So I don't want to say I condone anybody abusing their child. Nobody should be abusing their child. No child should be abused. I do want to say that loud and clear. I don't want people to think that I'm all for abuse. I'm condoning abuse, because that will be so misleading and false information. I don't want anybody to think that, but like how I said my point of view, maybe it'll take, you know, other people's opinion. That's why I say comment below and tell me how y'all feel, and, you know, make me feel like I'm wrong, that him getting a whooping at school was wrong. I don't think, like I said in the video, I don't think she should have did it on camera. I don't think she should have went as hard as she did, like calling him a nigga, calling him out his name, saying she'll break his face and stuff like that. But like I said, when I was younger, wherever you was acting up at is where you got whooped at. Also, yeah. But y'all, I'm back out.